Hey guys, I hope you're well. I thought I'd come on and just say hello to everybody. I know a lot of you know me already, so if you don't know me, I'm Sarah and I'm just going to do this demo for my girls. If you're not on the student portal, you can download it later. I'll put the link in underneath, but I'm going to put all these tutorials in there so you can go back and have a look. This is for ladies that want to do infills, don't know how to do infills, but I'm actually going to be using SBD's Builder Gel just to show you, because my nails are in really bad condition. So this is a live, but it's actually going to go onto the portal as well. So what I'll do is keep this live for 24 hours because we don't want to clog up the Facebook group all the time. And then anyone who's interested in nails, this is ideal, because when you get trained in nails on a one-to-one basis, you don't actually get to do the infills. I hope that went okay. Just my internet keeps going off. It's really important that we learn how to do the infills. So I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to get going. I know you all are very busy girls at this time of day, so I know that you will hop on later. Just put hashtag live, hashtag replay for later on. Okay, I'm going to go down and I'm going to change the view. So when let me just, is that working? Is that okay? I hope so. I won't be able to see you now. So this is, I use one of these, they're actually the photography, I don't know what they're called, photography sheets, I guess. And I use these, I find them really easy, and then I put my tissue, but I usually use puppy pads. So really, really great for doing nails. Let me just show you what they're like before we get going. It's really important to have hacks when you're starting out in beauty. So I just use puppy pads because they soak up all the moisture if you get anything or you spill anything in someone's house. If you're doing mobile, it's really important. So what I'm going to do to start is, I don't know if you know e-files, if you've used an e-file or not. I use two different types. For myself, as I'm being quick, I use the Beauty Lounge one. It's very cheap. You can get it anywhere, but I don't use this one for my clients. I use the crystal nail ones, which is a lot more expensive. But as I'm just doing myself and a few nails on here, I won't do both sides. I just wanted to show you what I get up to. Let me just put my light on. Excuse me, let's do that. I won't be able to see properly. That's better. So obviously you're going to disinfect the nails. So you can disinfect with your different sprays, but as it's myself, you know, if you're doing yourself, you can disinfect yourself. I use this drill only for myself because it's quite robust and it can be a bit rickety. So I only use this one for myself. So if you're going to use a e-file, use a good one that is expensive, and you need to invest in your drills because these are really quite rickety, and I wouldn't use this on a client at all. Hi Zoe. So I'm just literally doing the infills just because I want to put it on the student portal for the girls and for the courses, so you've got it there to look back on. And I need to do my nails at the same time, so I thought win-win. So what you're going to do is you're taking the cuticle down, but you're not going too far into the nail because obviously you don't want to damage it. And this is a very soft stone, so this is not going to do any damage to the nail plate. As you can see, it's not really taken off the paint, yeah? So it's very light, but it just takes the cuticle down and makes it all neat. Especially if you're not into using your cuticle pushers. Some people don't like using them nowadays. If you are using a cuticle pusher, just get one. Make sure you have a nice one and you push it down, okay? And make sure you do push it far down because you want to get rid of all the debris. Okay, make sure you take it back. Okay, make sure you clean the cuticle at all times. Cuticle prep work is key to success with your gel nails, your poly gel nails, your après nails, everything. You need to do your cuticles well. Some of these e-files don't come with a dial, and they can be high at like 10,000 reps. It could be 40,000 reps, 60,000 reps. It depends which machine you get, but keep it really low. I usually do it, it doesn't really say on this one, but it's usually around 10,000. Just keep it nice and low, yeah? So it's not damaging the nail. It could be too low, it can get a bit rickety. Like I said, you need a good machine. So just make sure you're cleaning up all the cuticle area. These are about 4 weeks old now, I think. So really, really needing an infill badly. Can you hear the sound of that machine? It's not ideal for clients, but okay for ourselves, okay? Don't go cheap. It's really important, not go cheap. I really believe in investing in a good e-file. If you're going to do e-file, make sure you get a course in e-file and go to see them to do it. Do not do an online course. You won't learn anything, not with the e-file. You need to know how to do pressure and everything with an e-file. You need to be safe. And you know, years ago when I started with e-files, they weren't as safe as they are now. And God, I used to end up having a bit of a tickle with client moved. So you have to be really careful. So what I'm going to do, bear with me just one moment. I'm just going to go over my my chalk drawer because I need to get my files out. So we're going to use a bigger burr now. So we're going to use one like this. My internet keeps going off. I'm really sorry. I hope it's working okay. Let me know if it isn't. I know there's no one around, but there will be later. So let me know if it went okay. So this one's got a lot of gauges in it. So it's really quite sharp. So you've got to be careful, okay? Make sure it's higher up as well. So it's not right low, because that can cause problems if it's too low. So make sure it's just about an inch off the drill. So you're just going to go round. You have a safety bar at the end, so it's rounded at the end. But can you hear the sound of this one? It's very, so you need to turn it right up RPM. Can you hear that? And you'll get a quicker action. But like I said, it is a very, I wouldn't want this on a client. So make sure you don't buy Amazon ones. Make sure you go to a reputable company to get your drills, okay, e-files. And then you're just going down the barrel of the nail. Remember, I've been having different products on my nails for the last few months. So I've got all sorts on here. I've got polygel and builder gel on here. So all sorts of different types. So just go round. It's very easy when you're doing one hand. The other hand won't be so easy. So make sure you put it in reverse if you're doing it yourself. Look how quick it comes off. When you file, it's so much harder and harder on your joints. But if you're doing this at home, be very careful. Like I said, it's better to get a course in this, and at least then you've got it. Okay. So just go round the nail. Makes a lot of dust, so make sure you've got a dust extractor. I haven't got mine on, which is very silly. But when I'm doing clients, make sure you've got your dust or air windows open and things like that. So make sure you've got air ventilation, shall we say. Okay, so we're just taking off all this. I don't know what's on here. I think polygel's on here. I think we've done a training session with polygel somewhere. Not sure. It looks pink to me, so it might be even builder in a bottle. So you can see how easy it is to do. Don't take it right off because you want to keep it. You want to keep the infill. You want to keep this area here growing. And then it's less work for you to do if you're a technician. Infills are much easier than doing a full set of nails. Doesn't take as long, or depending on the client, depending if they've looked after their nails in the time that you've done them. So usually 2 to 3 weeks. But make sure you give them aftercare, you know, on how to look after their nails. A lot of people just go back straight to doing normal things with their nails, but when we've got enhancements on them, we will damage our nails if we don't look after them. And plus they do lift if you put them in water all the time. If you're a hairdresser, something like that, make sure you wear gloves because the chemicals, things like that. You just got to be mindful when you've got nails on. People tend to forget they're on and then they come off and then the technician gets blamed. So really important, you know, your aftercare, wear gloves. When you're washing up, make sure you wear gloves, things like that. So there you go. So that's off. So we've got a little bit left. I had a little break here. So I'm going to just build that up in a minute. And I'm going to have them in almond shape. They don't look great at the moment, but they will. So you're literally just going to tidy up the nail plate. Getting rid of all the areas here. If you see any white lift in here, you want to go above it. So it's taken the lift away. So no water will get underneath. It's all about the prep when you're doing nails. If you're not getting the prep right, they will not last. Like I said, I'm going to do a webinar on troubleshooting so you can tell me what you have trouble with and then we can go from there. I always find the middle finger gets damaged quite quickly and this finger with me. Must be where I work with doing my nails and lashes, I guess. So literally just putting it back into shape roughly. Just shaping it all back up to make it all neat again. Because it can get really mucky. Your nails can get really disshaped throughout the 3 weeks you haven't seen your technician. They just misshape as they get rounder. Nothing stays the same. We've got too high expectations of fake hair, fake nails. Nothing stays the same. We're always growing, so things are going to grow off, misshape, things like that. Okay, so you're getting a bit of a shape back now. Just tidy it up. And that's it. So just get your buffer. Smooth it all down. Make sure all the polish is off. Like I said, here you've got to be gentle where the cuticle is because that's where there's no polish or no acrylic or whatever you're using, so be mindful of that. You can see it lifts slightly here, so you know you've got to take it up a bit more. Just go around and neaten it all up. Okay, so you just get your brush, make it all tidy, put the smooth burr back on. Just go round. Tidy it up. You want the cuticles to be neat. It's really important. Okay, just make sure you go neat and tidy right to the end without damaging your cuticles. And just make sure your nails, it's just so nice. And just tidy up here. Get rid of any dry spots. Okay. If you do this with every client that you do, you'll get into a habit of it and it just cleans it all up. You can feel your cuticles. You need to make sure that they're done to make a nice look at the end. Because nothing worse than seeing dry cuticles when you've just done a nice polish and a nice enhancements and they've got all dry cuticles still where you haven't taken it off. Just make sure you go round and then get rid of your mucky area. You don't want any bits going in it. Just make sure you tidy it up. I know it's a bit boring, this bit, but it's good for you if you want to be a nail technician, to learn how a technician does it, because it's always nice to see how other technicians work. If I was doing a client, it'd be a lot easier and a little bit methodical. This is just myself, so you're not getting a great view, but it's better than nothing. It's good for just reminding you what you need to do, because some people say, I get lifting, I can't do it, I can't get them to stay on. And we'll go through why in the webinar, if you're interested in that. That's it. So now you're just going to get your little cloth and your cleanse, and then you're just going to wipe away the debris. You can see if there's any areas that need taking off. It's very difficult to do the other hand, so be careful when you're doing that. A lot of people, when they're nail technicians, don't do the other hand very well. It's normal. If you're ambidextrous, it's great. If you're not, it's not so easy. Right, okay, so this is all done. So now you're going to get your light and you're going to get your base coat. Now I'm using gel bottle, but if you're using SBD, I'd use their products. But it's all I have at the moment, so I'm just going to use what I've got, but be mindful of that you should use the products manufacturer guides. It's important, but I find that SBD is pretty nifty and sticks to most different products, but insurance wise you've got to be careful. Just with your base coat, just go down, so you're sort of fluffing it down, so pushing it right to the end and up. So you're getting on all the nooks and crannies. So push down and then up. Okay, so push down and then up. And getting all the areas. You can see sometimes it's not smooth, so make sure you get in all the nooks and crannies. Just tidy it all up, put it in the light. What we're going to do is use the purple builder gel. And I'll just do that and then I'll leave it with you. You can do whatever pictures and artwork you want or polishes, but this is really nice. It's really fun to use. So it's great, like builder in a bottle with the gel bottle. This is a bit different how you apply it. Okay, so when you're putting on SBD's builder gel, you're just going to do one coat neatly up the nail. Make it all smooth. You're going to get another load. And then you're not going to touch the brush. You're going to glide the gel zigzaggy across and up. Can you see that? So you're just almost gliding it just above. So it's almost doing it itself. Okay. Just going to build that little bit up there where I lost it. Just try and make it look a bit neater. And then I'm going to put that in the light on its own, because the thumbs you need to keep upright when you're doing builder gel, because it will just ooze down the side of the thumb. So just flash light cure it quickly, just so you're safe. Okay, so a nice glide up. So you're getting all the nail. Right across. Could be difficult if you've got funny nails like me. I'll go quite deep set. So just be mindful of your nail bed when they're quite arched. So just get your builder gel and just zigzag it all, making sure you get all the areas. Cleaning up any area that's a bit naughty, and then just flash cure it. And then you're going to do the others. So nice coat over the top first. Get your load and then just ooze it on, zigzagging across. Making sure you get all the area. These last about 4 weeks with me. Really good, last for ages. If you get a spike when it gets hot in the light, just take it out and then put it back in again. And with the flash curing, it should be a lot easier for you. But when you're doing a client, you want to get there to do their thumbs first, both thumbs first, and set them for 60 seconds, and then just do the nails. You don't have to flash them in between. It's just that I am doing myself, so it's easier for me not to have a problem with it oozing onto the nail plate, onto the skin, sorry. So you're just literally scooping it across. That's it. And then making a nail plate that's secure and stronger. You can grow your nails with this as well, so just keep getting your client to just infill them with, just file them when they come. If you're just wearing this, just file this down, don't use the e-file, and then just replace with the builder gel, so top base coat and then this. Very, very simple, very simple. It's just getting the technique right on how to zigzag. But it doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you do it well, and then you can file it down in a moment to its nice, smooth, shiny state. You could leave it like this on your nails if you want to. It's like jelly, looks like jelly. You can add little flowers in there and stuff. That's what a lot of people do, encapsulation. Okay, so just going to go like that, and now you're going to do it for 60 seconds. And then after that, you're just going to get your cleanse. And then you're going to just put your gel polish on top and then a top coat. So it's simple as that. Any questions, let me know later when you come on. I hope you found it useful. I find it when I watch tutorials on Facebook or Instagram. I'm like, gosh, I didn't realise you could do it like that. And I always find little tips and tricks. So it's always good to learn new tricks. Just because you're a nail technician or you're a beauty therapist, there's always room for more information and better ways to do your nails. So you get an easier time with your client, really. So you're just going to wipe it, literally. Just put that back in for a second. Okay, and then you're just going to buff it up. Hopefully you've done it so it's quite neat, so you don't have to take it all off again. But just buff it up and make sure it's tidy and smooth and to your liking, because when you go to put the polish on, it can look a bit poor if you don't get it right. Just tidy it up. Make sure you get the side walls done neatly, because they're the ones where it collects all the gel. Just go around. When you do a client, it's much nicer and neater. You use the same way of using your file over and over, the same way movements, so you get used to it. Be careful of repetitive syndrome on your hands. I get terrible sore hands. I can't do nails for very long anymore because the years of repetitive work has caused it to be very painful. So that's why I teach it more. So you're just tidying up and making it look neat. You don't want it too thick, so go down the barrel and have a look. Make sure you've got a nice C-curve. Just that's it, really. And when you go to put your paint on, it's all done. It's all simple. So I hope that helps you. I'll show you the end result when I finish both hands, and I will see you all very soon. So as you can see, it's all ready for using your polish, which I'm going to use a red glitter today. I know it's not Christmas, but I just fancy it. So just get yourself in the rhythm of doing your infills before you start using it on clients. If you are nervous about infills, please get in touch with me. I am going to do a troubleshooting webinar if you're interested. I really would love to know if all your gel nails stay on, how long they stay on for. Do you have any trouble with your clients? Do they ping off? How many ping off? You know, when, how many days apart? And what are you finding the most difficult with beauty? If it's to do with social media, or is it actually the treatments are difficult? Give us a tinkle. I'd love to know your thoughts, and have a lovely day and take care. See you later.